So outside of the issue with Barstool Hub,
yeah,
was there any other issues that like you felt like wasn't addressed or you felt like you weren't okay with?
There was a situation that happened, and you know, Edwin, we did just talk on text, and we're good. But I am gonna bring it up. I mean, there was a situation where Michael B. Jordan came to Barstool, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was at home. On the leaving on the train to work. Whatever. I guess he came at like 10 a.m. I would come in and work like 12. Yeah. So Michael B. Jordan, while I'm on the train to work, I see one of my coworkers did a video. Mm-hmm. One of my Asian coworkers, whatever. Mm-hmm. She made a video of him. So me, just to kind of stunt, I screen recorded her video. Mm-hmm. And was like, you know, Michael B. Jordan's at my job, right? Just so I'm like, oh, look, like Michael B. Jordan, but I wasn't there. Yeah. I get there, and, you know, everything's fine or whatever. And then one of the guys that was working on $1 Million Worth of Game, which is where he went on, he like pressed me in an office room. Was you know?
The Wallow or Gilly?
No, Edwin, who I brought up the other day. Remember I said I didn't even know he would get fired because he was very... Yeah. So Edwin, a Dominican guy, he comes and presses me in a room and is like, delete it right now. Mind you, what he didn't know is that I was on the phone with my friend who was having like a really bad episode and it was like some real crazy, stressful shit going on. Yeah. So he's coming in and trying to tell me about an Instagram story that's on another... Mind you, where's the bitch at? Sorry, the young lady at... who actually posted this. I had a repost. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You coming at me right now, go holler at, because I guarantee you it's probably still on hers. Yeah, but you coming at me right now, it looking kind of crazy. So I'm on the phone and he's like, da-da-da. And we had like a little moment that it almost got physical. You know? Really? And I didn't really feel protected. I felt intimidated. I felt like, I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it's not that serious. Like, because basically what happened was that, okay, I put it on my story. He said delete it. I deleted it, right? But I posted it on close friends. I have one girl at Barstool that was on my close friends. One girl, Ebony, at the receptionist at the front. They're cool. So I guess she showed it to him. He took a picture of it, sent it to the higher ups, like, oh, it's still on her close friends. Can't nobody fucking see close friends? But my close friends, what does it even matter? But he sent it to the higher ups up, and the higher ups text me. They're like, hey, can you take it off your close friends now? I'm like, wow. So then I didn't take it down yet off my close friends because I told you I was on the phone. And mind you, it's still on close. It's off my story by this point. So he runs in, and is like, take it down close friends. And I'm like, nigga, you better get the fuck out of my face right now. On some real shit right now. I'm kind of like at that edge. So you coming at me all intimidated, you might get slapped right now. Real shit, you know? And I pushed him out. Of the room, and I locked the door, and I eventually later on like deleted off close friends like an hour later or whatever.
Damn.
Yeah.
Why was he so bugging out like about that?
I feel like it's a lot of power trips, especially with men and females. I don't think he would have done a nigga like that, to be honest. I feel like it's some power trips with these male that are in powers and females. And I feel like, because at that time I felt like he was trying to scare me. It's like, what you trying to scare me for? Why can't you see how the higher ups text me very nicely, hey Tiko, do you mind taking this down? That's all you had to do. You got my number, send me a text. Holler at me like a human. Don't come at me all crazy, because now you'll really get popped up and you'll really get sucked up. And I never talked to nobody at Barstool about that. Nobody even knows about that situation, but it was just situations like that. Like, it was just, that's that fighting shit that I'm talking about. Even physically actually fighting.
Yeah, wait, and he was tripping why? Because they didn't want the world to know
that Michael B. Jordan was coming there. But what was interesting is the next day, Barstool posted it on their social media that he was there.
And the girl also posted it first.
Exactly. So it just seemed like it was coming at me or trying to like pick a grudge with me. And it was like, what's the issue? It's not that many minorities at Barstool. So I'm not saying we should be united. I ain't saying we should be united, but like, let's kind of like have some respect. Don't treat me like you would treat like one of these little bitches. You know what I'm saying? Treat me with a little bit better respect. Man.
And like after that, like was that like the only like was like that the last of your issues with like other employees or like management there?
I had an issue with this little one white young lady where, we went on a reality show together called Surviving Barstool, and then it just kind of went, like we had an altercation on camera, but that's all for content.
Surviving Barstool?
Yeah, Surviving Barstool. I was on the reality show for them. And then they kicked me off first. Of course. Kick the black person out first, God damn it. Wait. Surviving Barstool.
Wait.
It's like Survivor for Barstool.
What was the premise of the reality show?
We all stay in the office. It's about 9 of us or so. Yeah. We all stay in the office, and then we have to gain alliances so that we don't get voted off. And we can't leave the office. It's Survivor, but just surviving Barstool.
That and like Big Brother.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you make alliances and you don't get voted off. And I got tricked at the end of my vote.
Why?
My roommate, who I thought I was in an alliance with, was really in an alliance with the guys, and he basically told me a lie so that I would vote the wrong way. So that I kind of sent myself home, but because it was 4 votes for Tiko and there was supposed to be 4 votes for this guy named Eddie, who ended up winning the whole thing. He almost got knocked off the first day. Oh, wow. And when it came to votes, supposedly everyone was gonna take a group vote again. And then I guess the guys, he does all this logistics shit. He's a very data guy. So I guess the data was saying that Tiko would win that group vote. Yeah. So he had to throw me off so that I kind of almost sent myself home. So then he told me the Caroline girl, which is the white girl, said that was gunning for me. Yeah. So they were like, we're all voting Caroline, vote Caroline. And mind you, he's in an alliance with me, so I'm thinking that he's telling me the truth, you know? This was my roommate that I slept with in a room, you know? And when the votes are revealed, you see that it's 3 for Eddie, 1 for Caroline, 4 for Tiko, which ends up sending me home.
And when you was being told, yo, you going home, did you like freak out?
You know, I mean, I'm gonna play it up, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, I did think about it for 5 days straight, how stupid I could be, how dumb I could be to really fall for a last minute trick like that, you know? So me and her got into like a little thing, because I was like, I didn't know at the time when I was getting thing that she was, that like he did it. I was still thinking like something about her. It was her? So I like went off on her like a little bit or whatever, like as I was going out. I was like, yeah, bitch, I know what you did. It didn't click until I was really leaving. Then I was like, hold on. I think I know how this happened.
Yeah, right, because it was 4-3, you know, they're like,
exactly. I think I know how this happened. So we had that, but that wasn't a real beef. Okay. I go home to Houston. Next thing you know, I'm getting added in. There's a big podcast on Barstool called The Yak. I'm getting added in the yak, crazy. I go to watch the video, the bitch gonna say, oh yeah, so they gonna say, are you scared of Tiko? They hyping her up, right? That's what these white boys gonna do. They hyped her up. Like, you scared of Tiko? You scared of Tiko? She's like, I'm not scared of Tiko. And they're like, you could take her, huh? She's like, yeah, I could take her. And then she's like, I'll beat Tiko ass in a motherfucking alleyway. I'll beat you. Yeah.
She was white.
She was white. She was almost my same build, a little smaller than me. A little
picture
bit.
of her?
She said, I'll beat Tiko's ass in the da-da-da-da. I was like, whoa, sweetheart. What's all this?
And
I'm like,
Carolyn was part of the she was part of like the fraternity and the infrastructure of Barstool. What she would have done?
She was a new girl. She was a new girl. She had barely got there. But you know, it's just easy to turn the girls agast each other. That's just what it is. That's all. That's the whole theme of life, is turning the bitches against each other.
Like, she's lit. So she has a podcast?
She has a podcast. She was a content creator.
Before Barstool, she was
no.
Just after Barstool.
Exactly.